Hi girls, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a what I eat in a day for my follicular phase. So I have been documenting cycle syncing eating on my channel over the last year and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. So I am so excited to continue with the series, and in today's video we are going to be focusing on our follicular health and the changes and nuances of the foods that I like to consume as a nutritionist during my follicular phase. So I'm going to get started with breakfast. You would have seen already this morning I've had my lemon ginger tonic, which is an absolute non-negotiable for me regardless of the phase that I am in. I always start my day with the lemon ginger tonic. Then I have moved on to my protein coffee. So I have been sharing my protein coffee recipe over the last 4 or 5 months. If you haven't had a chance to check out that video, I will have it linked for you in the description box down below. But I am getting in between 20 and 35 grams of protein, depending on the day and depending on how much protein I add. I'm getting between 20 and 35 grams of protein in my morning coffee, which has been absolutely life-changing. I have spent the last 11 months on my glow up to 40, and we are just 3 weeks away from that glow up to 40. But I have spent the last 11 months on my glow up to 40, and protein has been a huge focus for me. So having the protein coffee first thing in the morning is amazing because it helps me feel full and satiated. And I'm a girl who likes to be on the go in the morning, and I don't really love to sit down and eat right away when I wake up. And the protein coffee checks a very major box when it comes to that. So now I'm going to be sitting down to eat my actual breakfast or my first meal of the day. And during our follicular phase as a holistic and functional nutritionist, I highly recommend that we get our carbs in earlier in the day so we can really utilize that energy. So if you're a subscriber of my channel, then you see I make most of 99.9% of my meals from home. However, that's not to say that we can't include these really beautiful shortcuts, and I want to share one of those with you today. So while this video is not in collaboration with Daily Harvest, I do have a substantial discount code that I will leave for you in the description box down below. But I absolutely love the Daily Harvest grains. I love the Daily Harvest chia bowls, the oat bowls, their harvest bowls. I love to have these in the freezer because they're just a beautiful way for me to have a quick, nutrient dense grab and go option in my freezer at all times. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to heat this up on the pan, saute it. Then I'm going to remove about 3/4 of the grains and just put it to the side in a glass storage container so that I can have it tomorrow as well. And then I'm gonna crack an egg and kind of do like a fried rice with this grain bowl. So I'm going to be getting in my protein. Again, I did mention I had my protein coffee, which did have the 35 grams of protein. Then I'm going to be having this grain bowl, which will give me about 4 grams, and an egg that will give me 6 grams. So an additional 10 grams of protein between my coffee and breakfast, which is 45 grams, which if you ask me is a pretty incredible serving to get into your morning routines. And serve that over a bed of greens, and that will keep me so full and satiated all the way up until lunch. So as I was mentioning about eating carbs in the first half of our day, that's because during our follicular phase, we are able to burn fat more efficiently, and we're able to utilize carbs as energy immediately versus storing them. So that's why I like to consume it earlier in the day so that I can actually use that to have an increase of energy. Because we are more insulin sensitive during the follicular phase, this gives us a really great opportunity to use these carbs and at the same time burn stored fat. So I've actually decided to add in like a 1/4 cup of already cooked grass-fed beef. We had this last night for dinner, so just to get in a little bit more protein, also to get in some healthy fat to pair that with the carbs and the protein. Just put our delicious like fried rice, beef in fried rice mixture over top of a bed of greens. And now I'm going to add on some sprouts. So we're adding sprouts to help with a better metabolization and a more efficient metabolization of estrogen and to reduce any excess and or phytoestrogen that may be in the body. And sprouts, cruciferous vegetables in general. So we do have cauliflower rice as kind of our base from the daily harvest, but also just adding in some fresh sprouts also helps the body minimize any phytoestrogens and helps us metabolize our own healthy estrogen inside the body. Okay, so I'm getting ready to take my like midday supplements. I'm making an Alpha Brain. I've been sharing how obsessed I am with these. So I poured it into here with just a little bit of flat water, really quick to mix it up. I also added in the trace minerals and some potassium into here as well with a little bit of the flat water. And now I'm adding in the tropical fruit, I should say. I always call it tropical punch. Waterloo. Mixing it up. Then out of my pocket, I just pulled out all of my supplements that I'm taking. These four are inositol, and inositol is amazing for our endocrine system. It's also a beautiful source of energy. Then I have saffron, lithium orotate. Let's see how good my skills are here. Moringa, lion's mane, DIM, again, really doubling down on purging out any of that excess estrogen, and then MSM. So that's pretty impressive that I can remember them and recall them just by their size and their color. If you aren't familiar, aside from being a functional nutritionist, I also have a degree in supplementation and nutraceuticals. So, this is kind of my thing and my love. So I'm gonna get ready to drink this Alpha Brain with all of its beautiful added minerals and potassium to give myself a little extra boost. I do think we're gonna go out and get some steps in because it's beautiful and sunny, and then we'll come in and make lunch. This phase is known as our inner spring. This is a beautiful time to bring in a ton of bright and vibrant leafy greens, those foods that are rich in pigment and phytonutrients. So during this time, our pituitary gland is stimulating FSH, which is our follicular stimulating hormone. And so to help the body produce more of its FSH during this follicular phase, I love to bring in a lot of dark leafy greens and pair that together with vitamin C rich foods and or lemon. So this morning we did have our lemon ginger tonic, which is a beautiful way to start the day to detoxify our liver and to flush any of that bile and flush out the digestive system. So we did start our day really strong with that vitamin C. In addition to that, when I'm making a big, bright, beautiful salad, I also like to bring in additional vitamin C. You can do this through your dressing like I'm going to do with lemon juice. You can also do this with beautiful bell peppers, with cabbage. There are so many beautiful ways you could bring in fruits, especially because when I'm filming this video, it is July. So you could bring strawberries and citrus fruit into your actual salad to help your body produce more of that FSH. And then at the same time, like I said, I was eating and utilizing a lot of those beautiful complex carbohydrates earlier in the day, but you can also bring in some beautiful carbohydrates during your lunchtime as well, because our bodies during this time can efficiently burn these carbs. But I'm going to be bringing in a carb and protein through chickpeas, and then also a beautiful source of omega-3 fatty acids with some smoked salmon on my salad. So in our bowl, I have 2.5 cups of mixed greens, and then I have 1/2 cup of just shredded purple cabbage. Again, getting in those bright, beautiful colors. And the purple cabbage, as I mentioned, brings a ton of soluble and insoluble fiber, as well as that beautiful vitamin C, which our body craves during the follicular phase. Speaking of vitamin C, I did chop up 2 mini peppers. I have an orange and a red pepper here. And then I did 1/2 of a cucumber sliced here. This is incredible for getting in that silica. Silica is incredible for our hormone health. It's also great for bone density, energy, skin elasticity, and of course, hydration. And then here we have parsley. Parsley is amazing for detoxifying our liver, helping our body cleanse itself of heavy metals, and it's an incredible blood purifier. So we have that. Then I'm going to be adding in an entire lemon with some olive oil. I'm going to keep this dressing really simple and then add on our smoked salmon. I was going to add an avocado, but unfortunately our avocados aren't ripe. But if they were ripe, I would do 1/2 of an avocado as well. Then I'm going to throw on that 1/4 cup of chickpeas as well as our smoked salmon. Okay, don't mind the vacuuming in the background, but the protein of choice that was requested by my family tonight was these beautiful baby back ribs that I got at Whole Foods that the kids have been begging for on the grill. So Kaya is going to grill them for us, but I'm getting ready to do the dry rub. I will have all of this for you girls in the PDF on how to do this actual dry rub. So because I am eating for my follicular phase, I will say pork has, obviously, it is rich in protein, but it also has a good balance of protein to fat. The protein to fat ratio actually does really well in my body. If you're somebody who doesn't do well with pork, you could always substitute this out for some lean protein like chicken or turkey, or you could also make a second portion of fish to have with your dinner as well. But I'm going to be pairing these with some cruciferous vegetables, the raw carrot salad, which will be absolutely perfect and will keep me full and satiated. Okay girls, so I prepped this much of the salad and I took the kids to the pool. We've just gotten home, showered, and gotten ready, and the entire time the ribs have been cooking on the grill. So now I'm just finishing up the salad. I'm going to be adding some chickpeas, some parsley, and then some more sprouts. Again, when it comes to removing any potential excess estrogen, we're adding in things that pull out heavy metals, these beautiful cruciferous vegetables. Of course, raw carrots are incredible for purging estrogen, as well as the protein and the fiber in the chickpeas. Okay girls, so future Jessica here. I was just sitting down to edit the video and I got to the very end where I was saying goodbye to and making a lemon balm tea. And I realized my microphone was not on the entire time that I was talking. But what I was saying is that I love during my follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and luteal phase, I love to either make a lemon balm or a Tulsi tea. Then during actual menstruation, that's when I will do red raspberry leaf tea. Also, I will do Tulsi tea as well during menstruation. So I was ending the video making a lemon balm tea and saying goodbye to you and talking to the camera, but there was no audio. So I wanted to remind you to grab the complimentary PDF with all of the recipes and everything I made in today's video. And then if you like today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.